Hey guys, in today's video, we're going by the numbers. As you guys have probably seen my past videos where I did similar type of videos, where it was called head-to-head, a lot of fanboys got their feelings hurt because I said the Viper had a better design. And I understand design is a preference, it's a personal view. But today's video is going to be by the numbers. It's a new series. It's going to be comparing the Viper to all these 90s supercars, 90s iconic cars, and see exactly where the Viper stacks up. Now, when we go by the numbers, it is going to be through Motor Trend, right? So all these numbers, you can go fact check, you can do everything to see exactly what I'm telling you is correct. This is not going to be a biased video, whether the Viper wins or loses. It's going to be strictly by the numbers. Now, because of the Viper, anytime you take it somewhere, it gets one or two reactions. People love it or they hate it. But you pull up in an Acura or a Honda NSX, and you get every single boy in the community jumping up and down, staring at it, and dreaming of this vehicle. And I understand the JDM crowd loves this vehicle. And I'm doing a favor for you JDM fans. I'm not comparing it to the regular NSX or the NSXT. I am doing the Alex Zarnardelli edition, the lightest, the fastest, and the most race-ready NSX there was. Now remember, with this being said, there's only 53 of these vehicles, so it's going to compare to the higher production Dodge Viper. So let's go ahead, let's take a look at Motor Trend and see what the 0 to 60 times were. Now with the Dodge Viper, Motor Trend confirmed 0 to 60 time in 4.0 seconds. Right guys, 0 to 60 was 4.0 seconds. It is what it is in this particular category. Now, the NSX. The NSX, the lightweight race version, did it in a very quick 4.7 seconds. Yes, guys, while you guys are standing in the crowd and you guys are talking shit about the Viper, saying how the Viper is so far unsuperior next to the NSX, 0 to 60 time, it's 0.7 of a second slower than the Dodge Viper. Now, the quarter mile time. Again, comparing the fastest NSX that you guys have next to just a regular Dodge Viper. The Dodge Viper did the quarter mile in 12.1 seconds at 120.5 miles per hour. While the NSX did a 12-second run, it was at high 12s at 12.7. Yeah, again, all this misinformation that you guys hear about how superior the NSX is, reality is it's losing 0 to 60 in quarter time. But wait, Steve, the skid pad, that kind of shows how great the car can handle. We know that the Viper is a widowmaker. We know that the Viper crashes. The Viper cannot be controlled. Well, the skid pad, the Viper did a 1G. Yes, guys. Viper is able to actually handle very well. The NSX did very, very good. I mean, it almost got to that 1G. It did it in 0.99. I mean, still, it is a capable vehicle. So while both of these cars are capable, the Viper did outperform it also in the skid pad test. Surprising, I know. But wait, Steve, we know that's just one test, okay? Let's talk about this long. You know, the car really is able to show its potential at that test, right? Well, let's take a look at the Viper. It did it in 71.3 miles per hour. The NSX, 70.5. What? This can't be true. The Viper is outperforming it in handling too? Now this has got to be biased. It's because you're a Viper owner. Oh, wait, you did say this is from Motor Trend, right? Oh my God, it is. But wait, there's gotta be something it's better in. What about the 0 to 100? Well, figuring that it's slower quite a bit, 0 to 60 time. But sure, let's go ahead and take a look at the 0 to 100. The Viper was able to do it in 8.8 seconds. The NSX, 11.1. Boo-hoo, your NSX isn't that fast. But, Steve, there's gotta be something is better than the Viper. It has to be something, right? Maybe the 100 to 0 test, the brakes, because the Viper doesn't have ABS brakes, so it can't brake faster or better or anything than the NSX. Well, if you said that, you would be correct. The Viper did it in 5 seconds. The NSX did it in 4.4. So yes, the NSX does brake better than the Viper. Congratulations, you have better brakes. The total time it does 0 to 100, back from 100 to 0, for the Viper was 13.8 seconds. The NSX, 15.5. So when you're sitting at these events and you're talking about how great the NSX is and how superior it is, understand that it's a reliable car, but performance-wise, right now it's not even touching the Dodge Viper. But we do understand it does brake a lot better. So if you're a bad driver and you're kind of worried about, I need to stop quicker, the 60 to 0 braking for the Dodge Viper was 126 feet. It's kind of like the Energizer Bunny. It's going to keep going and going and going. Yes, I get it. But the NSX did it in 116 feet. So guys, again, you have better brakes, you have ABS, you have different stuff to be able to stop your car quicker. I guess with the Vipers, we're just worried about going full speed ahead. We're not worried about, the brakes. I mean, that's secondary. I mean, if you're not winning, you're losing. And with this, the Viper is definitely winning. Now, the Nürburgring. Now, the Viper only went to Nürburgring once in the 90s, and it was with their, I think it was the 98 or 99 or 97 GTS. It wasn't even their ACR. And it did it in 8 minutes and 10 seconds. The Acura, the NSX Acura, their Honda Acura, originally did it at 8 minutes and 20 seconds. But their race version, the best of the best, did it in 8 minutes and 9 seconds. So again, we're talking 1/10 of a second difference. And the Viper actually brought the ACR from the second generation. Or you know what, maybe made more attempts like the NSX did. We probably would be able to beat that number as well. But for this particular test, Motor Trend, everything confirms the Viper was also slower at the Nürburgring. Okay, so congratulations, you can put another feather in your hat or whatever you want to do to boast your chest and say how great you are because you own an NSX. The reality is you're slower in every other category. Speaking of slower, let's talk about the top speed. Now, again, to be completely transparent, I am using numbers from Motor Trend. The top speed on a Dodge Viper was 186.8 miles per hour. I know we always read that the Viper only was able to do it at 185 miles per hour, but the test is done by Motor Trend. They got 186.8, while the best of the best Acura got 163 miles per hour. Wow. Man, that's like 25 miles per hour, almost slower than the Viper top end. That's a speed limit through your communities or, maybe the mall parking lot sometimes. That's how slow you are if you have the NSX. Now, I do want to be also transparent, is if you go to Car and Driver, they tested the 90s Viper. They had 4 Vipers, second generation, the RT10 and the GTS. Out of the 4 Vipers, they all ran 4.0. One of them did get the 3.9. So when I always talk about the Viper doing 0-60 and 3.9, that is also very true. Car and Driver has proven it. Motor Trend has it on their other test as well, showing that it was able to do that. And owners have been able to prove it as well. Also, Car and Driver was also able to validate the top speed for the RT10 and the GTS was actually 190 miles per hour. Now, anyone knows when you do top speed, a lot of things come into consideration. Where the test is being done, the sea level, the wind, there's a lot of variables that go into it. Sure, some NSX people can also make arguments saying that their 0-60 time is faster as well, quarter time, and so on. So we all can make these arguments. So all these numbers is going by the media of the time, which was Motor Trend or Car and Driver. But during this test, when we're doing it by the numbers, was strictly by Motor Trend. So next time you see a Dodge Viper, if you're a big, huge fanboy of the JDM and you're talking about how great the NSX is, yeah, just understand that it doesn't hold a candle when it's lined up next to a Dodge Viper. You're not going to win. And you probably wouldn't even win if you went back to Nürburgring again with the exact same cars. So guys, thanks for watching this video as always. God bless and take care.